Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing super well. I have been sick the past bit. It's been really interesting. I'm just like making sure that everyone knows that we're live. Um, but yeah, I've been super all over the place. I'm just gonna wait for a bit for you guys to join in. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I'm doing the Cacao Chit Chat only on YouTube today, not on Instagram. My battery is low right now, and I thought it would be better just to jump on here with you guys. So today I'm talking a little bit about the changes that are going on, new age, some positivity for you. If you guys didn't see my post on the community tab, I was sick, so I took some time off, and I really just thought about a few things of like what I want to do, what I want to send to you guys. I go live every day at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And today I wanted to talk about the new age that we're currently going through, the new world that we were birthing right now, the new world that we are basically, hey, Baltimore, we're basically experiencing. Yes, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I love to learn. And just like a few things that I've meditated on and I really just want to come in. So for you guys who don't know me, and I know there's a lot of new subscribers, so hello, I'm so grateful to have you here. And I'm Shika. I talk about all things about spirituality, wellness, entrepreneurship, social media, specifically conscious being. So you'll find a lot of my videos are on, manifestation, law of attraction, angel numbers, which I love. I'm a Reiki practitioner, energy healer. So I add a lot of that into my meditations and things that I do. And I love doing lives. I thought lives were so great. That's one thing about this whole quarantine of a way that I got to connect with you guys. It's great to edit a video and stuff like that. And I love that experience. However, there's nothing better than having real-time conversations, sitting down with you, talking, asking how you guys are feeling, and just really getting real. I think that's the main thing, just really getting real with you. So today, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to be talking to you guys about a couple of the things that people have been feeling about. And I wrote down 5 topics that we're going to be going over on what's next, what's going to happen next. Now that, our whole economy has really just put on a pause for us to do the internal deep work. I talked about my last live, how it's all about us doing shadow work this year. That is the word, that is the theme that we're seeing over and over again. Rita says, I've been seeing a lot of 2-2s, 4-4s, and 5-5s. Yes. Amplifying the connections of other dimensions and realms. We've been getting so much of that. You guys have been coming back to me sometimes repeatedly to other videos saying, Sheik, I'm seeing 4-4-4s. I'm seeing 2-2-2s. Today's angel number going out at 2:15 p.m. Eastern time is on 1144. It was a very powerful number. So if you guys are getting a lot of 4s and 1s, I'd really suggest going and watch it because it talks in depth. What is 1 all about? What is 4 all about? In just short, we know that the 1 is all about new beginnings. It's a beginning of a new chapter. And 4 is the awakening of the truth, So that's just kind of a snippet of what to expect for today's video. But let's just deep dive into it. Like, how have you guys been feeling? I know as a collective, every time I talk to you guys and ask you questions, you send me messages on Instagram or here or comment. A lot of you have been saying that you've been feeling drained, you've been feeling exhausted, you've been feeling like there's so much good going on, but there's also so much, bad going on too. But that's all about the balance, right? And that's something that it keeps on coming back to me is, right now we're going through the purging process. We're purging. We've just purged so much, but there's more to come, right? We're cleansing this part of our world. And it feels this sense of emptiness. I'm sure you guys have been feeling lately that there's this sense of like, something big is coming. I'm super excited for it, but yet I don't feel like it's moving just yet. But there's a lot of things happening that we cannot see. And I pulled a card a couple times. It keeps falling out here and there, called the Mystic card. And it comes from my chakra deck. And the Mystic sense is that the universe sometimes does things for us that we don't need to know why. Right? You don't need to know sometimes why the universe is setting some things up, why they're taking certain things out of your life, why, they're moving certain things. And their way of communicating with you might be through angel numbers. It might be feeling more connected to ancestors that passed away. I've heard a lot of people talking about that, feeling the presence of their grandparents and all that stuff. That's their way of comforting you through this change that you need to keep pushing through. So the word that comes to me first and foremost of this new age, new world, new dimension, new rebirthing is growth. We're growing in the way that you can't even see right now. You know what I mean? Like there is so much. If you think you grew so much right now, if you think you purged a lot right now, you haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg, guys. The tip of the iceberg. And that's what makes it exciting, because right now is the time to listen. It's the time to see and say, okay, the past couple of weeks of me feeling heavy, what did I learn and how can I act that into my new chapter? How can I really learn about myself? There are probably things that you've learned about as far as the friendships that you had for years and ages. As I'm talking to you guys, there's a rainbow on my ceiling. So guides are always around us, right? We're always being guided. But, one of the things that I always tell people is if we're listening to our intuition and if we're able to understand what we're guided to do, everything comes second nature, right? I spoke to a friend and I want to share this manifestation story with you guys. I might even do it in thorough with you on a Monday, but about 6 months ago, I was talking about this whole YouTube channel and like sharing meditations with you guys and all these things. And it just kind of happened naturally, right? And the growth that we're having is not something that we didn't know already. The only difference is because there's less noise in our life, even though it feels like it's much noisier because there's so many things shifting, that we're actually hearing it. We're actually noticing it. Sorry. We're actually noticing it, and it's growing so much. So at a rate that it's expanding, you need to give yourself that time to release. You have to give yourself that time to kind of let go, which is very important. And taking that time to kind of reaffirm your emotions. I just got a comment on saying reading love once you start. Yeah, readings will be done at the end. I'm doing this first just to chat with you guys. Chantel, oh, no way. I've been on TikTok giving you guys tips. Much love, Chantel. So happy to have you. Caught all of you guys. I'm so happy to have you here, Renita. Please let me know where you guys are listening from, because I'd love to get to know you. But yeah, I just think going back to it is growing. So give yourself this time, especially this month of June, as we learn through the full moon. This past part is all about self-care. And I don't want you guys only to be working on your self-care only on the time of the full moon. I kept asking about the strawberry moon. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys follow me for my full moon. I'm going to be doing actually a new moon meditation coming up this weekend. So please make sure you're subscribed and you're supporting too, because I can't wait for that. I have something really planned for you guys on the new moon and the energy to come. So I'll be actually doing a video on 5 things you should know about the new moon, and also meditation on the night of the new moon. So just a heads up for you guys who know. Super, super excited. What else did I want to say? So yeah, so just teaching you more about where it's going, where your energy is going, right? And taking that all in. So because we learned from the full moon that we have to do our self-care and taking care of ourselves, you don't just do it for the weekend of the full moon. This is the energy. This is the theme for the rest of the month, right? And even more so when we get into the new moon, because the new moon represents internal work. It's not what you're giving out to people. It's a lot of internal. So you guys might notice that whenever it's the new moon, I'm not online as much. Like I'm online all the time, but I'm not online as much, because that's a lot of the time where your subconscious is internal messages that you get from yourself. This is all about you, right? Full moon's all about, new beginnings, manifesting, kind of going on to the next cycle. But new moon is kind of reflecting intuitively on what you need to do. And that's really what we're going to be seeing, right? So in terms of the shifts of what's going on in the new age of the world, we've noticed that this whole pandemic has brought people closer together. Like I am much closer to you guys more than ever, right? I don't know about you guys. I'd love to hear your stories, but I'm sure you're closer with your family and friends. Even though there's that distance, there's a sense of gratitude that is so much more heightened, right? And that's something about this new age. It's teaching us to fall in love with gratitude again. It's teaching us to fall in love with the small things. And even though when things are tense and heavy, it's meant for us to understand the balance between grief and happiness, which are the two main emotions as us as humans, as the human experience that we're consciously doing as conscious beings are going through, are meant to experience, right? The second thing I wanted to mention to you guys that came through for me is a social media detox. You guys know I'm a social media mentor. I'm all about that for conscious souls. That being said, I have been telling my own mentors, and I will tell my family here, that you guys should be taking your break from social media. If you are not designating at least an hour, at least an hour every single day to get off social media, you're causing yourself as an empathic and intuitive being to take on more of the emotion that you don't need, right? In order for you to really take advantage of the messages that these dimensions and your guides and your angel numbers are trying to tell you, you have to make sure that you remove as much noise as possible. And even though that we're away from the society physically, that doesn't, take away from the aspect of us being able to scroll on our phone, right? I'm going camping this weekend. I'm so excited. And I'm actually going to be doing, if I feel called to, 2 videos for you guys on how to ground with nature. And this is mainly the main reason why I decided to go camping. I was like, I want to ground myself. I want to feel good because I've been going through a lot of ancestral pain for the past 2 weeks with everything going on. You guys saw my series with Black Lives Matter. I've been just going through all these emotions that not only I've experienced, but also like my whole fam has experienced. My sister and I are syncing up with experiences this year, and we found that out when I went over to dinner that other time. So we're all experiencing it. And even if you aren't a BI POC, you're still experiencing heaviness, and that is still valid because there are deep rooted things going through emotionally that we need to detoxify. So really make sure that you're not messing up your intuition with the intuition of other people and the fears and the doubts of other people that are starting to become energetic pockets within your body, within your human physical realm, right? Your energy space. And that's not fair. Yes, I've been interested in that. That's amazing. Yeah. So I really want to share with you guys, like, detoxify social media. If you can, 24 hours every single weekend, detoxify. Don't go online. I know you guys like my videos. If you want to tap into that, you can, if that helps you. But the scrolling of social media is going to affect you, right? And it's even shown, like, if you're taking your subconscious mind and without even thinking about it, bringing all those things of comparison, judgment, going through over and over again, scrolling, it's actually not good for you. So really focus on that. The third thing is removing old relationships. This is part that I know I've been going through a lot. I want to hear your thoughts. Have any of you guys been feeling that friendships, intimate relationships, any relationships at all have been feeling weird lately? Like, excuse me, just like connecting with them is weird, interacting with them is weird. You just feel so out of whack chatting with people and talking about your relationships. Because I know I'm not the only one. I get these messages all the time. You guys are always messaging me saying, Shika, it feels weird. I don't feel connected with the same people all the time. And that's part of the new age. That's part of the rebirthing process. I'm feeling it. We're all feeling it. And that just means that you're heightening your consciousness. I had a call this morning I want to share with you guys with a good friend. And she was saying that, like, she just broke up with a relationship. And basically what happened was, she started to notice that the more she did her internal work, that she was growing more at a rate faster than someone else, right? And that's the beauty of us being in isolation right now. You're forced to think about your own emotions, your own thoughts, the things that you think about society. And it is very intense. You have never really had a time since birth, yet alone for most of us, where we are forced to think about the things that are around our life and the things that are going on in our current situation. And when you take that in, it's overwhelming, right? Because then you're starting to see the subconscious things that were controlling you that you never knew. And now you want to change it. Now you're tired of it. Now you know that you've been meditating. You've been curious about angel numbers. You've been curious about spirituality. Now you're seeing this and it's growing around you too. And it's building. I have a hard time connecting with my adult children. Yeah. So that's a great question with you, Renita. Like, there's different people that are going to go through different stages based on it, right? One of my favorite people I like to refer to is Swan. I don't know if you guys know Teal Swan. Love her. She talks about why millennials are just going through a lot right now and what are the experiences. And a lot of the things you can nod to them, right? And if you aren't a millennial, go watch that because it really brings a lot of perspective of just the growth and how much our thoughts of relationships are, considering that majority of the society are millennials, right? So think of it that way. When we just backtrack to the main topic of just relationships, if you feel that there are certain relationships that are not aligned, it's because There are changes within your own realm and energy that you are doing, and also that certain people will not connect with you, and that is okay. You're purging it out. But what you want to do is start focusing your energy on saying, what type of relationships do I want to build? What type of relationships do I want to create in my life, right? So for me, I've been scripting the relationships I want to. This person is so and so, and they love to do this kind of stuff in this field. We talk about traveling together to this place, and we're going to do it in whatever 2020 or 2021 at this time. I am being very specific. And hey, Armand, it's so nice to see you. Peace and love. One of the things I mentioned to you guys before was that why you aren't manifesting specific people. And I did this on TikTok. So Chantel might know about this and a few of you guys. But I did a few series on how to manifest a specific person. People are asking, can you manifest someone from the dead? Can you manifest an ex? You can manifest any person if you put that energy towards it, right? So when we're talking about relationships, when you don't know the person that you want to manifest or the specific person you want to bring into your life, especially at a time of rebirthing in this new age, you need to ask yourself, what are the attributes of the person that I want to manifest, right? So you want to be specific on those people to build those relationships. And what's going to naturally happen are all of those relationships that you're grieving, you're going to go to an emotion of joy because you will see that the relationships that don't align with you and compare it to what you're writing down and see that I can just naturally let go of that relationship and that cord and that energy field. I don't have to give my thought into this person because we don't align, and it's nothing bad against both of us. It's just we're off to better things. And people are meant to live in our life to help us learn something more about our higher self. I want you guys to let that sink a little bit. We are meant to meet certain people in our life, good, bad, okay, to teach us something about our higher self and to deep root either the insecurities, our inner power, and what we're meant to do in this lifetime. That's what I like to talk about with you guys a lot with conscious beings. That's why I'm always like consciousness. I keep talking about it. Hey, conscious souls, because I'm planting that in your head because you are a conscious soul, and that's going to waken you up on like knowing, oh, wow, okay, I need to start focusing on my relationships. I need to stop, making myself feel that I need to bend backwards for someone who's not going to be willing to give me that energy, right? But then there's someone else there that you don't know yet that you're manifesting, and you can put that energy out there that they can come the next day. I did this in 1 week. I said, I want to manifest certain people to help them and help together as a collective to talk about consciousness. And I had this whole series called the Cacao Chat, which you guys know on my YouTube, my Instagram, I do this every 1 p.m. Within 1 week, I got 5 people who reached out to me, and I energetically were able to attract because I was manifesting them. They met every requirement I did because I was very specific of the attributes. So in order for you to release, especially in the time of rebirthing and when there's so many changes and you're not the person that you were because you're in a more advanced version of your higher self, you need to purge those relationships by understanding what you do want. What does your new self want? What does your rebirthing self want, right? And when you do that, then it just doesn't, you don't see life without that anymore. You know what I mean? You don't see life with this negativity, with this energy that you've outgrown, and you see it as something so much more. And by doing that, you can have closure. I used to go back to my past relationships all the time. I don't know if this resonates with you guys, but I'm feeling called to share this. So I had a past ex that we went through a lot. But when I went through my trauma, it wasn't with him, it was with someone else. And he didn't know what to do. He was just all over the place energetically. And our relationship became like this because we were both not stable. And it became from healthy to toxic in weeks. And in the midst of doing all that energy, because we have all this negative energy building up together, he ended up having a really bad concussion. I basically had to teach him how to walk again. And I felt like I was guilty because I couldn't leave him. He couldn't walk. He couldn't do things for himself. So I basically helped him learn things again. I was stuck in that relationship for months. But when I really think about it today, I could have walked away anytime I wanted to. I was growing. My soul wanted to grow. My higher self said, Shika, you need to go here. But because of my lack of self-love within myself and seeing the wounds and the trauma, which is why it goes back to this other thing I want to talk to you guys, shadow work. Why shadow work is so important, because you can create a new book. But if you have the mindset of something that has happened to you negative, it's going to be affected to how you write that book, right? So if you've gone through a lot of things, everything you start is going to trickle that energy into that new thing, no matter. That's why I tell a lot of people, if you're feeling exhausted, if you feel like there's so much going on that you need to process, and there's a lot of emotions, you're just crying, there's just so much coming out. Universe, source, guides are telling you it's time to do the inner work. It's time to take a pause. If there's one thing we've learned from this new age, is our wellness and our health is a priority. And that is what universe is teaching us through the past couple of ages. Our wellness and our health is a priority. And that is what universe is teaching us through the past couple months. That is our priority. And we have been doing that. And I'm so proud of you guys for doing that. But we need to continue that even when things go back to where it was, which is still a new age. It's never going to be. We're growing right now exponentially. But that being said, that is why it's so important to build that. So that's a huge thing I wanted to talk about. I think the biggest lesson we're learning right now in the new age is, how do we hold up to our relationships? How can we learn from these relationships, good, bad, medium, whatever it is? And how can we take that into our new self, our higher self, our conscious self, right? That's the exciting part. The other thing I talked about is manifesting and acting, because we can manifest, you can script until your day is done, right? You can script until time comes. But if you don't know what you want to act, if you don't take that leap to act on what you need to do, source will continue to show you angel numbers. I'm just going to read the comment here. I asked God to speak to me recently, and I feel like he is going through you. Like everything you were seeing is reliable. That's amazing. I had a couple people, actually a couple of you guys, you beautiful souls, message me saying, Shika, like you really spoke to my soul. And, when I do a video, I just want to share this with you guys. Again, this is coming through every morning. I meditate and I think, what is my message to my fam? What does God, what does source, what does universe, what does your angels and guides have to tell you today? And I'm hoping that if you aren't seeing those angel numbers, but there's something there that sticks, and for in the future, when you do see it, it will just come to you, right? So for example, you keep saying you're seeing 111. Well, 111 is a vibration of 1114. So if you're starting to see other numbers, this is why I tell you guys that if you start to tap into angel numbers and understanding it can really help you a lot, because when you tap into that space, you can start to notice, okay, well, if 111's coming and that's happening, and then I'm seeing 222, oh, I get it. I see what the message is here, right? So I created this series of individual numbers so you guys can kind of have a more dissect understanding of it. That is on my playlist. You can look it up. It's numerology if you're interested in that. But it makes my heart sing to hear that God's speaking to you, guides are speaking to you, because my guides and I, and we as a collective, we really try to help each other, right? We're all here to support one another. So when I hear that, I do really get happy. So if you guys have any things that come through, please feel free to share it in the chat. This is a safe space. Also, if you have ideas of things that you would like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to take that into consideration to make the video next. I'm always up for your suggestions. You guys make me happy when I hear them. So I just want to let you know that. Manifesting. So when we're manifesting something, money, relationship, specific person, letting go. Thanks, Chantal. Peace and love to you, love. All of those things, whatever it is, whatever we're manifesting in life, we need to figure out that you can't just script it and expect it to just unravel, right? If you don't know what scripting is writing down everything in present tense. So I am so grateful for this $1 million because of this, this, and this, right? So make sure that you're being specific. What do you want? Because that's where acting comes in. Universe will give us the opportunity and open the doors for us. But if we're not, into our intuition or knowing our conscious thoughts between what is ours, what is others, what is so on and so forth, in other words, the intuition, if we're not confident in our intuitive thoughts and our intuitive abilities, it makes it very hard for us to be able to act and know when to act, right? So really, I'm going to do a series on intuition training because I feel called to, and I'm thinking a course on it in the future. But intuition training has taught me a lot, and I do it every morning for 5 minutes. And it helps me a lot because then it makes me think, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to focus on. Rita, I'll answer your question in a second. This is what I want to focus on. This is where I need to focus, where my mind is, where my mindset is. And then it also allows me to know what is that niggling feeling in my stomach that is bothering me, that's avoiding me from acting the way I need to or manifesting. So, for example, I manifested subconsciously about this whole YouTube thing years and years ago. But I know about it because what was blocking me was my self-confidence for myself. I didn't see myself on camera. I didn't like myself on camera. I hated my voice. I thought it was too deep and too whatever. And all those words that were not energetically strong, right? They weren't law of attractive kind of words, if you will, positive words, high vibrational words. So it's all about understanding that we need to act the way that we want to manifest. We need to use those high vibrational words in present tense of existence. If we do that, then we're able to transition into this new age with positivity. you know for example, and this is like a touchy subject, but I just want to share with you guys, with everything going on, and I don't want to get too deep into it, the one thing I want to mention to you is we can act on wanting change, but if we don't do it, then what makes the difference of acting on it? You see what I mean? So if you want something, if you want change to happen, you need to make things move with what you have. If universe gives you lemons, you're gonna make lemonade, lemon pie, lemon whatever, and then maybe you'll get apples next season, right? So you really have to focus on, how can I act on what I'm manifesting? What are the small little steps I can do on a day-to-day basis that can help me transition into this new age and these new things that are happening, and the ability for me to connect with my source and my guides, And in doing that, man, abundance happens, guys. Abundance happens. It can get as easy as manifesting water, manifesting life, manifesting people. Like, it gets so easy, but you have to understand the power within yourself. I can preach to you guys till I'm blue what I do because I love you so much. And like Infinitive Waters would say, that product comes in. But at the same time, I'm not going to do it to the point that at the end, you have to take that in. You have to be able to bring in that energy as much as I want you to have it. And you can manifest anything. Any of the boundaries you're thinking of right now, these are just tests for source to make sure you can build stronger for what is divinely already yours. But you need to continue to maintain that acting wise, right? And talk into existence. Let me answer some questions. Shika, is it true that when someone finds pennies, they are from loved ones from heaven? I've heard many things. I know with the feather is a big thing. So depending on what color feather you get, you have guides here. So I don't know if you notice there's a feather around your house or your garden or whatever. I get it a lot, almost every day. I get feathers randomly on my shirt and my hair. Like, my partner will take one out and I was like, oh, there's a feather. And I already feel them, but they're confirming that they're near me. And sometimes they might have some message for me at that time. That being said, I am doing a video that's coming out this weekend on 5 ways to know that your guides, spirit guides and angels, are talking to you. So please keep in mind for that. Because I have so many things coming up, and I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys saying, I don't know if my spirit guides or my grandpa speaking to me and whatnot. So there are things. Everyone will speak to different realms in different ways. For me, I speak through elements. For me, I'm starting to understand more with listening. My ears are becoming more adaptable to the sounds and the ability to know if someone is speaking to me and who they're speaking to. At first, when I started my energy healing whole journey, I couldn't see things. I can feel things. I can see blobs, but I wasn't able. And I was so frustrated because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. Like, I know there's more to my abilities, but I can't get to that point. But you have to be patient. That's what my master told me a lot. She was saying that things will heighten as you start to develop more. It's like a muscle. We all have the abilities of the 4 C's, like clairvoyant and so on and so forth. That being said, we can practice it by using intuitive, techniques and meditation and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind. I have to go, but I hope you save the live for later. Yes, I definitely will. Keep in touch. Please, I'm going to be doing a reading shortly because I know you guys are excited for that. No worries, Renita. I just want to let you guys know, though, just really act on what you're meant to do. I think that's super crucial. Act on it. Do it. Stop saying that you're going to do it. Just do it, please. Continue to just change. It's my last thing that I wrote down for you guys through meditation and reflection. Change is a weird word because sometimes we don't want to change and it's nervous changing, right? Like if you guys feel comfortable sharing, feel free to let me know what are some things and changes you've currently been experiencing. For me, my change is my career. I am guided to help uplift people. It's my gift. And I've always had that gift. Like my mom used to call me happy. I would cry and smile at the same time. I always was curious, sometimes get in trouble for it. And I'm a very curious kid and I still have that in me. I like to nab a little bit to figure out things, and that's just the child in me. But I want you guys to know that the change does not mean that there are certain things of your old state of being, your old self that isn't there still. It's just elevated, it's just grown a lot more. I want to kind of mention to you guys, I have a meditation on the inner child. I know a lot of you guys said you've been called to talk about your inner child. So if this comes to you, please go check out that meditation. But our inner child is something that we all have. And that's a perfect example of change at its best. We change into adults in what we are, but that doesn't mean that we might not like, ice cream, or we might not like certain things that bring us memories from when we were a kid. And we have to take and honor that, some of us out here, we have amazing childhood memories, but there's also some of us who have not so amazing childhood memories. So understand in this new age, you're going to feel a heightened of certain emotions that are familiar to you. And you need to honor those emotions because those are ancestral unbounds that you need to kind of go through. You need to feel, you need to experience, you need to honor and take time. You guys saw yesterday I wasn't online, I didn't post because a lot of ancestral things came up for me and has been happening to a lot of people who've been messaging me, such as you guys. And in doing that, I'm seeing what I need to change. I'm seeing what, like source, God, universe is telling me to change, you know? So it's okay. And I just want to confirm this with you guys. When you are done this whole time of pause of life or pandemic or whatever you want to call it, I want you to know that we are changing at a very fast rate that our brain can't even keep up, but our body is adjusting to. So when you think about the thoughts that are coming through and we're trying to evolve, the relations that we're releasing, the things that we want to do in our life, what's important to us, we're just seeing things brighter. They were always there, but it's almost like someone dusted a cabinet and saw how bright it was, right? So I want you to just really think about what are the changes that have happened in the past 2 to 3 weeks. This is a great intuitive question to ask for yourself, and just sit with that thought. And what can I learn from it that I can bring into this new age, this new beginning, this new big advancement, right? And for some of you guys, that might mean switching a job. For others, might be same job, but different mentality and energy. Regardless, we're all going to be energetically different. We're already energetically different, right? And it's proven by how amazing people have been just more selfless, in a selfish way, which sounds weird, but we're taking so much time for ourselves that now when we have those interactions with other humans and beings and nature and just energy, we're being that much more grateful because we've seen it without and we've seen it with. And there's just this deep greatness. I truly believe that our heart chakra as a collective has grown. Even though there's so much pain that we're reliving, every day I'm reminded that, and I get emotional thinking about this because I feel zaps within my heart and little voices within me saying that we are growing so much more than we can even imagine, guys. Like beautiful souls, we are growing in a capacity that we can't even keep track of, right? You are being able to connect with your angels and your guides that were always there because now you're listening. You're being able to listen to that inner voice, to listen to you and what you want, not what your family wants, not what your friends want. You're using that throat chakra to communicate your true, authentic self. A lot of you are turning into different spaces that are unfamiliar. It's like a child that's learning how to walk, and that's completely fine. But I want you to understand that in the growth of what we're doing, this is going to make you more abundant than anything. Whatever you have lost over this time will come back to you 10 times as much or even more, right? So I want you to really just focus on raising your vibration, keeping grounded. My challenge for you is to be grounded with yourself. Ground yourself, ground your energy, ground what you need to do. Focus on you. This new age is for all of us. We're rebirthing in so many different ways. By the end of the year, there is going to be a massive shift with everything. I remember last year, December 2019, I decided not to post on Instagram. You guys might have noticed I haven't posted since last year. The reason why is because I felt, without myself really actually tapping into it, 2020 was going to be a huge year for the people around me and myself. And it already is. You know, people are all saying this, but what does that mean? That means that we are going to be seeing truth of people. People who have been hiding behind the dark are going to be forced to come into the light in the society, politics, everything that we're seeing around us. We're going to end up finding more of what we truly love in our life. We're going to be revisiting wounds from our past and our current situations and how to release that and surrender, which will cause us to want to do more and more shadow work. Those who were never spiritual before and those who were spiritual are going to be becoming more intuitive, more curious about this world and how it's adapting. And more people are becoming more conscious by the second, by the minute. And we're also going to not be afraid to speak up our truth and be afraid to be judged, because judgment is only perceived if you decide to create that thought into a thing. And we talk a lot about that. And I keep talking about The Power of Now, an amazing book. If you guys haven't watched it, it's amazing. And it really brings that light into the situation. Where there's so much pain in this world, guys, we're bringing light and love into it just by the minute. I know it doesn't seem that way, but we're detoxifying our world to replace it with more love. And I've learned that my heart has been aching, and it's been also been brightening up in a way that's beautiful. And I know it's happening to you too. But I want you to know that we need to do that because there are some root ancestral work and shadow work that needs to be done moving forward in order for us all to live the abundance of happiness and love in our life that we truly need, because the emotion, again, that truly only exists, I feel like I should get t-shirts with this, but is love. Love is the only thing that really matters, you know? Love is the only thing that holds us grounded, you know? Me saying I love you is something that an emotional thing that just feels good for both of us. You know, loving is so powerful. It makes everything wash away. It heals everything by the words of it. And I want you guys to know that. So that was my little sappy ending to the new age. I'm going to do a card reading with you guys as a collective. I want to see if I hope it was. Yeah, it was charging. Okay. I didn't do my live on my usual 2 platforms because my phone is charging right now and it's dying. So yeah, I'm feeling all the feels, ladies and gents. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Please feel free to ask away. And I'm also looking for my, let me see. Ooh, sorry guys. It's really weird. I can't find my lighter for my sage. As you guys speak, please feel free to share anything that comes through for you guys. Safe space, as I mentioned before. Okay, and then I think I'm going to end with them. Actually, let's do meditation first. I think that's a good idea. And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm like looking for my stuff. Ooh, where did it go? Oh no. I bet you it's near me. I just can't see it. Oh well. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, guys, so we're going to do a small little meditation together as a collective just to tap in, and then we're going to do a card reading. Reason why I do meditation is because it allows me to collectively just connect. And after having such an in-depth feeling of emotions and stuff, I just feel like it's so needed for us to all connect together. So let me just move my mic. I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, you should be able to. Let's move you back a little bit. Let's move this mic here so you can hear my beautiful voice. And let's put some meditation music on, shall we? Super excited. Lots of angel numbers. Yes. Loving it. Lots of things happening in the new age of awakening. We're just becoming more in tune by that, which is amazing. Yeah, and that definitely means that your guides are talking to you for you to listen to something. So I always tell people, if you're seeing angel numbers, really listen, because they're telling you something that you need to know. And if you keep seeing it, it means you're not actually listening to what they need to tell you. Or you are listening, but you're not acting on it, right? So I always tell people this is important. I hope you can hear it. I'm going to blast it. Okay. So we're going to just sit down. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer to. Great. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Just let go of all the pain. And if you didn't have a deep breath today, this is your day to just treat yourself to being in the now. Letting go of any tension in the body and just letting the groundingness come in. Grounding the head, grounding the shoulders, starting to release. Scanning the body slowly from the toes to your feet, to your legs, to your thighs, to your hips. To your stomach, to your chest, to your shoulders and your arms, to your neck and your head. I really just want you to honor these emotions today. I just really want you to just take in all the changes that are happening in this world and be grateful and excited, because there's so much abundance happening for you. And know that divine is always guiding you and creating those amazing changes for you. As we breathe, I want you to take a deep breath into the heart space, focusing on your chest. And out, releasing the tension. In through the heart space again. And out. One more time, we're going to hold it a little bit longer in. And out. Thank you. Now I just want you to think of what you're grateful for today. It could be what you ate. It could be the kiss you got this morning. Call your loved ones, your kids. This meditation. Whatever you feel called to, bring gratitude into this space. That love sweeping through in the heart space. Feeling the connection. Feeling that gratitude. Knowing that you have full control in anything you want to change, and you can create anything you want. You have full control of anything you want to change, creating whatever you want. Pure potentiality is given to you to create anything within these realms. And your guides and angels are here supporting you, with you to guide you. Let's call on our guides and our angels for a reading today. What is the signs that you have for us and the messages at this time? We're going to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more time. In through the nose. And as you release, open your eyes. Beautiful. I love that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was such a beautiful meditation. Let's do our card reading as a collective. So let me know in the comments how you guys enjoyed that. How's that experience? Did you feel anything? Did you get messages? I just feel all this like energy amongst us. It's great. Yeah, it was great. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing. So let's see what our guides have for us. We have a similar card reading to next time. I love this. Stress relief, amazing. So we have 3 angel cards that I pulled for us for today. Our first one is the devotion card. Understanding that our heart is something that guides us so much in change. And it's the heart that has this pure potentiality of love that can be flowed into anything that we create, whether that is through the pain that we release, the traumas that we're experiencing. I want you to really tap into your heart space as much as possible through this month of self-care and self-love. And it's something that we're all already experiencing with these tinglings and feelings within us, which is so beautiful. So heart is definitely the chakra here. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. I don't know if you guys know the story of Lemuria, but it's such a beautiful story. But in short, what's coming in for us in this reading is understanding that if we're able to tap into our heart energy, we can really focus on the changes and really embrace those changes and understand what is our next step. So I really want you to focus on grounding yourself, whether that is feeling called to go for a walk or in nature, or disconnecting and just being with yourself, whether it is also disconnecting on social media, but understanding that everything is happening for us right now because we're living in this new age of excitement and beauty and happiness. The other thing is longing for home, belonging as a light worker. So for those of you, this card might reach out to you if you're someone who is in a serving space, like a nurse, a teacher, someone who does a lot of work for other people, that is giving. And where this is coming from is you've given so much for so many people. It's time for you to turn into that, tapping into that intuition for yourself. And, it's a beautiful thing because we can never fill out of an empty cup. And I do feel as a collective, we are kind of getting a little bit exhausted and we don't know what to do next. And what our guides are telling us now is for us to tap into our heart and listen to what do we want to do on a day-to-day basis. Allow yourself to flow that energy and stop planning so many things during the time of changes. Plan on the manifestations from a broader standpoint, what you want to attract in your life with these new changes and what is a priority to you right now, and just really focusing on that. And that's something that came through, which is very important. But then also understanding how to just celebrate that as well. And I think that's super important. No worries, we're just doing a card reading, so you're just in time. But yeah, I think this is so beautiful to kind of just think about and just take that all in. I'm going to do some chakra readings. Yes, I do private card readings, so you guys can message me on Instagram, Shika_Chica, if you'd like one. I only do a few a week, just energetically. I can't take so many people. So if you are interested, just message me and I would love to do a reading for you. So hope that helps a little bit, just message me on Instagram. I'd love to chat with you. Okay, let's see what our guides have for cards through the chakras. What are our messages for our chakras? One flew out, release. Oh, I love this card. I love it. Okay. What's another card from our angels? Just flew out. We have facade. I love these cards. So the first one is, sorry guys, too close to the mic there. Our first one here is release. How can I release all the pain that I've for new beginnings into our life? And it allows us to have more control of what's to come. So understand that tapping into our heart will allow us to release the pain that we have as a collective, but also for ourselves emotionally. The solar plexus comes in the facade. So understanding that a lot of us are waking up for the past couple months, but now that we're woken up, what do we do next? Understanding that this facade that we were living and we still can be living in right now, and because so many of us are waking up and becoming more conscious in this daily life, ask yourself, how can I keep continuing to remind myself of the true reality through connecting to my higher self and my true potentiality? And in doing that is with continuing to release. So don't only release during this time because you're being forced to emotionally with everything going on, but make it part of your routine, your self-care to release what you need to so you can continue to, focus on these changes. You can continue to build what you need to do and, create this amazing abundance that you need. You can continue to feel this belongingness and be able to give through these new ventures that you're creating for yourself right now, even though it might not feel like it, you are. Just allow that all to happen. And a lot of people I've been telling, all the energy we're doing are planting seeds for coming to fall. A lot of the times people see what things come up within 6 months after, sometimes or sooner. So know that right now our June is really going to show the energy we're putting into that shadow work and that deeper inner work and listening to ourselves is going to come through October and November of this year. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because this is so important. And I think a lot of us are, again, waking up and we don't know what to do with all this information of being woken, Now it's time to absorb it and take that self-care in and ask ourselves, how will we adapt to these new changes? How will we bring that into our everyday life? How will we continue to walk in the space of love for everyone, including myself and the collective? So I think this is a beautiful card reading. I'd love to hear what cards speak out to you guys. Also, if you like the reading and also this video, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really does help a lot with the community, and comment on the video what you would like me to talk about next or what videos you would like. Again, makes such a big difference, helps out so much. If you're interested in a private reading or mentoring, I do that. So you can message me on Instagram. I'm a conscious mentor for people in social media or those who just want to connect with their intuitive gifts. And and then I do videos every day for you guys here. So the video is releasing in 1 minute. It's premiering. So I'm going to get off now. But thank you so much for sharing, guys. I love you guys so much. I will see you in the premiere of the angel number 1144 that's happening right now on the channel. I love you guys so much. And thank you again for being part of this amazing community. I'm so grateful for you. See you tomorrow. Bye.